Uber claimed victory today in its battle with black cabs as Transport for London refused to clamp down on how its cars are hailed. TfL had threatened to put restrictions on the app, but Boris Johnson today announced new rules, including English language tests that didn't include what the cabbies wanted. They accused him of bowing to pressure from Downing Street. Here's our political correspondent, Simon Harris.
They're not breaking the law, but these minicab drivers sure know how to wind up the opposition. London's cabbies were hoping a radical shake-up of the taxi trade would spell the end of makeshift minicab ranks like this one at St Pancras. But instead, it's the new kids on the block who are celebrating.
We're delighted that Transport for London has listened to the voices of the hundreds of thousands of passengers and drivers across the city and have dropped some of the more bonkers proposals proposed at the end of last year.
There are some proposals to try to keep the cabbies happy: an English test for all minicab drivers, an end to their congestion charge exemption they'll have to pay, and give guaranteed fare estimates to their customers. There was a plan to force Uber drivers to wait 5 minutes between accepting a fare and picking up a passenger, but that was abandoned. So too was the idea of banning these apps which show the nearest available cars.
I think the idea that you could somehow forbid an app from displaying the whereabouts of vehicles in the vicinity, I think is frankly ludicrous.
If the Mayor hopes the new rules will bring an end to the war between traditional cabbies and the taxi app firms like Uber, he's likely to be disappointed.
These proposals have been watered down, diluted purely and utterly by the massive lobbying and PR machine that is Uber. TfL have been under pressure from their friends in Downing Street, Whitehall, £250,000 a month being spent on lobbying, and TfL have rolled over.
How much lobbying did you come under from Uber?
Well, we had 16,000 responses to the consultation. One of those was Uber. We got a lot of response from within the industry, from all aspects of the industry.
Did you have pressure from Downing Street as well?
Right across, the stakeholder environment.
The end of the free congestion charge for minicabs will hit small firms as well as big ones like Uber.
It would cost us another £60 a week to come to work, and that obviously will have to be passed on to our customers.
One other significant change will see London's rickshaws, known as pedicabs, being licensed. There was outrage last year when a rickshaw operator was filmed charging more than £200 for a journey of less than a mile.
£200? Yeah. £200, mate, yeah?
That's so Simon, pedicabs aside. Is this the end of the row between Uber, TfL and the black cab drivers?
Absolutely not. There is certainly no truce. And I think there's every likelihood that the Cabbies Union will consider legal action, particularly over that aspect of the Uber app, which shows the available cars swarming around in local streets. They say that is clearly evidence that minicabs are plying for trade, which is illegal. And there's one other very big issue which these changes fail to address, and that's the explosion in the number of minicabs in London. Transport for London is processing something like 750 licence applications a week. There are 95,000 minicabs on the streets of London. 1 in 10 cars in the congestion zone is a private hire vehicle, yet Boris Johnson has failed to persuade ministers to cap the number of minicab licences being issued.
All right, Simon, for now, thank you.